Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sapna Ridwal. I'm working as a professor in the Department of Management at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. This is like lecture number 4 from Unit 1 of Fundamental of Management. The subject is taught in ETC 6th semester. The topic I'm going to cover in this lecture are working capital decisions and we are going to discuss sources of funds. So starting with working capital decisions. Working capital is the amount of capital which is readily available to an organization. That is, working capital is the difference between resources in cash or readily convertible into cash, that is current assets, and cash requirements, that is current liability. So as a result, the decisions relating to working capital are always short-term decisions or current decisions. In addition to the time horizon, working capital decisions differ from capital investment decisions in terms of discounting and profitability consideration. They are also reversible to some extent. So, working capital management decisions are therefore not made on the same basis as long term decisions are being made by the financial managers. And working capital management applies different criteria in decision making. The main considerations are cash flow, that is liquidity. Second is profitability, that is return on capital, or which cash flow is generally the most important. Now the first one is cash conversion cycle. Cash conversion, CCCC. So one measure of cash flow is provided by the cash conversion cycle. So the net number of ways from the outlay of cash for raw material to receiving payment from the customer. This is as you can see in the image, this is called as cash. This image is of cash conversion cycle, as from raw material to finished goods, then receivables in cash. So this cycle is known as cash convertible cycle. So as a management tool, this metric makes explicit the interrelatedness of decisions regarding inventories, account receivables, and payable and cash, because this number effectively corresponds to the time that the firm cash is tied up in the operations and unavailable for other activities. So management generally aims at low net count. Now the second one is return on capital. So the most useful measure of profitability is return on capital. The result is shown as a percentage determined by dividing relevant income for the 12 months by capital employed. That is return on equity. Return on equity shows this result for the firm's shareholders. Firm's value is enhanced when and if the return on capital, which results from working capital management, exceeds the cost of capital, which result from capital investment decisions as above. So ROC measures are therefore useful as a management tool in that they link short-term policy and long-term decision making. The third one is a credit policy. Another factor affecting working capital decisions or working capital management is the credit policy of the firm. It includes buying of raw material and selling of finished goods, either in cash or on credit. This affects the cash conversion cycle. So these three are the very important working capital decisions which affects the working capital requirement of any organization. Now the next topic of this lecture is sources of funds. Business simply cannot function without money, and the money required to make a business function is known as business funds. Throughout the life of business, money is required continuously. So sources of funds are used in activities of the business. They are classified based on the time period, ownership, and control, and they are sources of generation. So the first classification is period based sources. So this is the image for the classification of the sources of funds, as I have already told you. First is on the basis of period. On the basis of period, the classification is of three types: long-term equity, medium equity, and short-term equity. Under long-term equity, there comes equity shares. So under long-term equity, sources of funds on the basis of period are equity shares. Company can issue equity shares, and retained earnings. Retained earnings are called as company's saving. Then company can issue preference shares. Then it can issue debentures as a source of fund. It can take loan from financial institutions or from different banks as a source. Then comes medium term. So it can take medium term loans from the banks or public deposits from the public, or loan from other financial institutions. Then short term sources. It may be a trade credits, it may be factoring, it may be a loan from banks, or it may be issue of commercial papers or sale of commercial paper to the public. Then second classification is on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, the sources of funds are classified into two types. That is owner's fund and borrowed funds. Owner's fund may be equity shareholders, equity shares, and returned earning. I've already explained you about equity shares in my last lecture. Equity shares are treated as the owners of the funds, and they get proportionate to profit dividend on their shares, and retained earnings are the savings of the organization. Then comes borrowed funds. Borrowed funds may be company can issue debentures. It may take loan from banks. It may take loan from other financial institution like SDFC and other financial institution. It may take public deposit, or it may lease financing or something like that. Then on the basis of sources of generation, again the classification is done. Classification is of two types. That is internal sources and external sources. Internal sources, again, equity share capital and retained earning. That is also called as owner's fund. And external sources are borrowed funds, or you can say you can take loan. Company may go for a loan from a financial institution. It may take loan from banks. It may issue preference shares to the public. It may take public deposit. It may issue debentures to the public for taking. Then it may lease financing, commercial papers, trade credits, factorings. These are external sources of funds. So I'm starting with first here period based sources. On the basis of period, the different sources of funds classified. I've already long term sources. Long term source fulfill the financial requirement of business for a period more than 5 years. It includes various other sources such as shares and debentures, long-term borrowing, and loans from financial institutions. Such financing is generally required for the procurement of fixed assets such as plant, equipment, machinery, etc. Then comes medium-term sources. Medium-term sources are the sources where the funds are required for a period of more than 1 year but less than 5 years. The sources of medium term include borrowing from commercial banks, public deposits, lease financing, and loans from financial institutions. Then comes short term sources. Funds which are required for a period not exceeding 1 year are called short term sources. Trade credits, loans from commercial banks, commercial papers are the examples of the sources that provide funds for the short durations. Now the second is classification of the sources of funds on the basis of ownership. Now, on the basis of ownership, the classification is of two types. First is owner's fund, and second one is borrowed funds. Owner's funds means funds which are procured by the owners of a business, which may be a sole entrepreneur or partners or shareholders of a business. It also includes profit which are reinvested in the business. The owner's capital remains invested in the business for a longer duration and is not required to be refunded during the life period of business. This capital forms the base on which owners gain their right of control of the management in the business. Some entrepreneurs may not like to dilute their ownership rights in the business, and others may believe in sharing the risk. So, equity shares and retained earnings are the two important sources from where owners' funds can be obtained. Then comes borrowed funds. Borrowed funds refers to the funds raised with the help of loans or borrowings. This is the most common type of source of funds and is used the majority of the time. The sources for raising borrowed funds include loans from commercial banks, loans from financial institutions, issue of debentures, public deposits, and trade credits. So these sources provide funds for a specific period on certain terms and conditions and have to repay the loan after the expiry of that period with interest. A fixed rate of interest is paid by the borrower on such loans. Often it does put a lot of burden on the business as a payment of interest is to be made even when the earnings are low, when the loss is incurred. These institutions don't take into consideration the activities of business after the loan is given. Generally, borrowed funds are provided on the security of some asset of the borrower. Then comes the third classification of sources of funds, that is on the basis of generation of source. So the way of classifying the sources of funds is whether the funds are generated from within the organization or from the external sources of the organization. So first is internal sources of funds. Internal sources of funds are those that are generated inside the business. A business, for example, can generate funds internally by speeding collection of receivables or disposing of surplus inventories and increasing its profits. The internal sources of funds can fulfill only limited needs of the business. So the second one is external sources of funds. So external sources of funds are the sources that lie outside an organization, such as suppliers, lenders, and investors. When a large amount of money is needed to be raised, it is generally done through the external sources. External funds may be costly as compared to those raised from internal sources. In some cases, business is required to mortgage its asset as a security while obtaining funds from external sources. The issue of debentures, borrowing from commercial banks and other financial institutions, and accepting public deposits are some of the examples of external sources of funds commonly used by business organizations. So it is very clear what are the sources of the funds. Sources of the funds I've already explained you in detail. If any query is there, you can always contact me. So these are the questions which are related to the above topics. We have discussed above topics in the whatever topics we have discussed in this lecture, these questions are related to those topics. So thank you. If any query is there, please do contact me.